What we saw in this video statement on Sunday night from the Fed Chair, Jay Powell, was unusually direct, blunt, and stern when it comes to addressing the relationship the Fed now has with the White House.
The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president.
The investigation centers on the Fed's $2.5 billion building renovations and comments that the Fed chair made to lawmakers in testimony about it last summer. These building renovations aren't new. I wrote about with a colleague 3 years ago how these building renovations had big cost overruns. It's a very ambitious project, but it didn't really receive much attention at the time. The building costs returned to the spotlight last June when Senator Tim Scott began asking Powell questions about them at this hearing.
Can I just quickly say, some of those are just flatly misleading. The idea of elevators, it's the same elevator. It's been there since the building was built. So that's a mischaracterization.
After the hearing, White House advisors began poking holes in Powell's answers, suggesting that he either hadn't been truthful with lawmakers or that the Fed had withheld information from local building authorities. This pressure campaign culminated in an unusual tour where President Trump came down to the Fed and was joined by Chair Powell as they walked through a hot, dusty construction site on a summer afternoon.
It looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
Almost as soon as this controversy hit a climax, it resolved itself, and that was because President Trump decided not to press the attack. I've sat through numerous Fed press conferences where, frankly, it's felt sometimes like a waste of time to even ask Powell about some of these issues because he never offers much.
Do you see their interest in that issue as being directly tied to the president's push to get you to lower interest rates?
Not for me to say.
It was stunning to people both that the Trump administration is turning up the heat now and that Powell decided to change tactics and call a spade and tell everybody what he really thinks is at stake here.